Good morning everyone and welcome to the class. We are doing the chapter from trade to territory. In the previous class we have completed our discussion of the chapter, and today we will do the question answers. The questions which are given at the end of the chapter we will discuss, and we will write down the answers also. Okay, so you see in your book the first question is given, match the following. There are two columns and you have to match them. Like the first one, in the first column, Diwani is given, Tiger of Mysore, Fauzdari Adalat, Rani Chennamma, Sipahi. Okay, so you have to match it with the items which are given in the second column. So Diwani will be matched with right to collect land revenue. What is the meaning of Diwani? Meaning of Diwani is right to collect land revenue. है ना? Right to collect लैंड रेवेन्यू. इसके बाद दूसरा जो है वो है टाइगर ऑफ मैसूर. हु वाज कॉल्ड द टाइगर ऑफ मैसूर? As we have discussed in the class, Tipu Sultan. He was described as Tiger of Mysore. है ना? एंड देन फौजदारी अदालत. फौजदारी अदालत का मतलब क्या होता है? We have seen at district level there were two types of courts, civil courts and criminal courts. Criminal courts are फौजदारी कोर्ट and civil courts are दीवानी कोर्ट, है ना? तो फौजदारी कोर्ट का, फौजदारी अदालत का मतलब क्या हुआ? द क्रिमिनल कोर्ट. Okay, and then we see Rani Chennamma. Rani Chennamma. We can match Rani Chennamma with this led an anti-British movement in Kittur. किटूर में उन्होंने एक एंटी ब्रिटिश मूवमेंट चलाया था, है ना? जो क्लेम टू पैरामाउंसी जो लॉर्ड हेस्टिंग्स ने स्टार्ट किया था, उसके अगेंस्ट किटूर की जो रानी थी, रानी चेन्नम्मा, उन्होंने एक मूवमेंट चलाया, ब्रिटिश एंटी ब्रिटिश मूवमेंट. ओके, तो लेड एंटी anti-British movement in Kittur. Okay, and then Sipahi. Sipahi will be matched with Sepoy. As we know, जो हिंदी में हम जिसको सिपाही कहते हैं, तो उनका प्रोनाउंसिएशन, उनको जब सिपाही को प्रोनाउंसिएट करेंगे ब्रिटिश, तो दे विल नॉट प्रोनाउंसिएट इट as सिपाही, but they will pronounce it as Sepoy. So it is Sepoy. This is your matching, है ना? अब जो next question है, question number 2, that is filling the blanks. The first question is, the British conquest of Bengal began with the Battle of Plassey. जो ब्रिटिश का बंगाल पे, उन्होंने बंगाल को जो कॉन्कर करना स्टार्ट किया था, It started with Battle of Plassey. So, the second question is fill in the blanks. The British conquest of Bengal began with the Battle of Plassey. Began with the Battle of Plassey. Okay. And now the second is Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan were the rulers of Mysore. Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan were the rulers of Mysore. You copy down all these questions and answers in your notebook. Okay, it should be done by you simultaneously. आप देखते रहिए और इसको copy down करते रहिए. Okay. Now the third is Dalhousie implemented the doctrine of lapse. Dalhousie implemented the doctrine of lapse. Okay, and then the last is Maratha kingdoms were located mainly in the dash part of India, southwest part of India. Okay, Marathas were Maratha kingdoms were Maratha kingdoms were located mainly in the dash part of India, southwest part of India, in the okay, Maratha कहाँ पर थे? They were in the southwest part of India. Okay, these are the gaps which you have to fill. Plassey, Mysore, lapse, and this southwest. Okay, and now we will see the next question, which is about true and false. There are some statements are given and you have to tell the statement is true or false. Like the first statement is the Mughal Empire became stronger in the 18th century. This is a false statement because we have seen that Aurangzeb died in the year 1707 and Aurangzeb was the last strong ruler of Mughal dynasty. After Aurangzeb there was no strong ruler in the Mughal dynasty. कोई भी ruler strong नहीं हुआ औरंगजेब के बाद, and that is the reason we see that the Subedars and the local Jamindars started to become powerful after this death of Aurangzeb. So this is false that the Mughal Empire became stronger in the 18th century. Okay. So it is state whether true or false. The first statement is false, है ना? The next statement is the English East India Company was the only European company that traded with India. This is also a false statement because the East India Company was the only company from Britain to trade with India. Britain की वो अकेली company थी. It was the only company which can trade with India because it got charter from Queen for trading with India, है ना? But from other European countries like France, then Holland and Portuguese, the companies came to trade with India, है ना? तो ये गलत होगा कि कहना कि only East India Company was the only European company that traded with India. It was only British company that traded with India. Other European companies were there. From France, from Portugal, from Holland, there were companies who traded with India. So it is a false statement. B. And now the statement number 3. Maharaja Ranjit Singh was the ruler of Punjab. Yes, this is true. Maharaja Ranjit Singh was the ruler of Punjab. And now we will see statement D. The British did not introduce administrative changes in the territories they conquered. This is also a false statement. Why? Because we have seen that the territories which the British conquered, they started administrative reforms in those territories, है ना? जुडिशियरी रिफॉर्म्स बहुत सारे उन्होंने लाए थे. ये हम लोग इसको देखे हैं, इसलिए ये स्टेटमेंट गलत है. दिस इज अ फॉल्स स्टेटमेंट. And now we will see question number 4. Question number 4 is what attracted European trading companies to India? Why European trading companies came to India? European trading companies they were looking for those lands from where they could buy goods at a cheaper price and then carry them back to Europe to sell them at a higher price. And they found that in India there was fine qualities of cotton and silk, है ना? Fine quality of cotton and silk was produced in India at that time, and this fine quality of cotton and silk was in great demand in Europe. So this fine quality of cotton and silk attracted them to India. Other than this, spices like pepper, cardamom, cinnamon, cloves, these two were in great demand in Europe. So these were the main objects which attracted European trading companies to India. Okay. The question is, what attracted European trading companies to India? So we will write that the European trading companies attracted to India for following reasons. The European trading companies attracted to India for following reasons. The first is the fine qualities of cotton and silk. The fine qualities of cotton and silk produced in India had a big market in Europe. And the next is spices like cardamom, pepper, cloves, cinnamon, were also in great demand in Europe. Were also in great demand in European markets. So these are the reasons for which the European trading companies were attracted towards India. Okay, and now the next question. The next question is, what were the areas of conflict between the Nawab of Bengal and the East India Company? Question is why there was conflict between the Nawab of Bengal and the East India Company. As we have seen, the main reason for the conflict between these two were that the company was given this right to trade duty free from Bengal, which was causing loss of revenue. This farman was given by Aurangzeb, and we have also seen that how the company officials manipulated this farman, because this farman was only for the trading done by the company, but the company officials started to use this farman for their private trading as well. The trading which was done privately by the company officials, they also started to not to give duty to the Bengal, Nawab of Bengal, because they said that the Aurangzeb has given this farman ki they don't have to pay the duty, but the farman was only for the trade done by company, but it was started to be misused by the officials of the company for their private trading. That was the main reason, because it was causing a heavy loss of revenue to the Nawab of Bengal. So it was the most important reason for conflict. Then we have seen that fortification was also one of the reason for the conflict, because the Bengal of Nawab asked the company to stop fortification. Then they also asked them to give them tribute. Not only this, we say that we have seen that the company denied to give them tax, denied to give them tribute. Not only this, the company also wrote disrespectful letters to the Nawab of Bengal. So these were the reasons for the conflict that arose between the Nawab of Bengal and the East India Company. Question is, what were the areas of conflict? Conflict between Nawab of Bengal and the East India Company. Okay. So the first point we will write that the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb issued a farman granting the company the right to trade duty free. The okay, but what happened in Bengal? In Bengal, the company officials who were carrying in Bengal the company officials who were carrying on private trade refused to pay taxes, है ना? They refused to pay tax to Nawab, which caused huge loss to Bengal. Okay. So, after the death of Aurangzeb, the Nawab of Bengal refused to give concession to the company. ओके और आगे अभी ये इसके पॉइंट्स को हम लोग कंटिन्यू करेंगे, ठीक है? थर्ड पॉइंट तक हमने किया है, अब हम फोर्थ पॉइंट करेंगे. Fourth point is the Nawab of Bengal what they did, they demanded large tributes from the company. Yes, they demanded large tributes from the company and asked it to stop its fortification and asked it to stop fortification. And then we see that the company refused to pay taxes. The company refused to pay taxes and tributes and wrote disrespectful letters Okay, so in this way we see that the relation between the company and the Nawab started to become very bad. So this is all. Your question answer is complete. We will continue with this question and answer in the next class.